body chasing the truth.
So I'm going to do a reaction video to why Andrew Tate reveals why you're a loser. Let's listen to the delusional rants of Andrew Tate, the gift that keeps giving.
I don't know what's happened to men in the world today. They have none of this fire. Men used to wake up and walk in random directions with their friends. No Google Maps, no idea where they were going. Just walk in random directions to find people who were different to them and just conquer it, just take it. Savages.
Here we go. What has Andrew Tate actually conquered? Can somebody tell me? Can you honestly tell me who you have conquered besides teenage girls that you like to put on webcam? Who have you conquered? What, your kickboxing record? Is that conquering people? I mean, you didn't fight in Pride. You didn't fight in UFC. You won't fight Jake Paul. So it seems to me you like to fight guys that are like, 4 and 65. You know why you won't fight Jake Paul? Because he'll get knocked out to the shadow realms and he'll have to take a steroid test to fight him. So he's not going to fight him anytime soon. So let's continue.
You're supposed to have that inside of you, but enough brains to direct it in the correct direction. To not end up in jail. But to wake up and say, no, I'm supposed to live a fantastic life. I'm supposed to be a king. Do you understand that me...
A brain to not end up in jail? Where do you think you're going? This guy is just clearly delusional. A 700-page indictment, 7 alleged rape victims with evidence to back it up. He hasn't gone to trial yet, and he's just acting like, I'm scot-free. Everybody believes my lies. I'm a good guy. Where do you think you're going, Andrew, from 10 to 20 years? I'm just curious.
Andrew Tate, I'm treated like a king. Restaurants don't even charge me. Oh, Mr. Tate, thank you for coming for free. I don't make reservations. I turn up. I can take anyone's girl off the table. I'm a king. How do you live as anything less?
He can take anybody's girl off the table. Andrew, there's plenty of women that hate your guts. I know you like to, go on the George Jenko show and say that you've never had a negative interaction with a woman. Really? So I guess all these women in different countries that have filed rape charges against you and all the women that you put on webcam and human traffic that are now filing charges against you, what would you consider that, Andrew?
I've done it. Doesn't that bother you? I say these things and there's two kinds of people. People who get angry and they're like, yeah, I need to live like that because I'm only going to live once. And then there's people who hard code and just code. Oh yeah, well, you know what? You're an idiot because, and just from some anon account. The copers will never get anywhere. Any of you with a brain should just be angry. My car costs more than your life, your house, everything. And it's not even...
His car costs more than your life and your house. How did this piece of garbage get all of his money? What did he do that he accumulated all this wealth? You know what he did? He manipulated young women to work on webcam with the promise of love, aka the lover boy technique. He made all of his money from webcam on the backs of others. Then he promises confused teenage boys like, you don't have to go to school, you don't have to work, just join the real world, $49.99 a month, or the war room, $7,000 a month. What has this idiot done that's just so great? So can somebody tell me? He's accumulated his wealth by being a con man, taking your money. He has done nothing that's extraordinary to gain this wealth. He is a con man. His brother is a con man. They're human traffickers, pimps, and pedophiles. Justin Waller is a con man and part of the group.
It's all about money. It's about the fact that, to me, the car is nothing. It's like, whatever, cheap, quick, whatever, who cares, I want one. To you, it's a dream that will never come true. I don't know where the savagery in men has gone. It needs to come back, and it needs to come back in the correct direction. Anger is extreme.
Andrew, when you're in the prison for 10 to 20 years, right? It's a reality for you because you've human trafficked women and you set up scam casinos and you got rich off the backs of teenage girls, but everybody else, it's just a dream. Well, your dream's about to come to an end pretty soon and be a nightmare for 10 to 20 years in a cell alone. So have fun.
Extremely powerful motivating force. You should be angry. Too angry to sleep. Too angry to be lazy. You don't struggle with motivation when you're angry. When you're furious, you're very motivated. I'm furious now. My life's basically perfect. I can't think of anyone I'd like to swap lives with. I have to...
Oh, hold on a minute. I got to keep stopping it because he just doesn't stop. His life is perfect? Really? You're about to go to trial for human trafficking and rape, but his life is perfect? About to do a 10 to 20 year bid? Like, and this is what he keeps making people believe that, you know, he's scot-free. He's anything but free. Because they let him travel around Romania. He's not allowed to leave the country. His life is perfect, but he's looking at a case where if he's found guilty before a judge and not a jury, he's looking at 10 to 20. This just shows you how delusional and full of shit Andrew Tate is.
Best life. The best family. I'm in good health. Street cred in every city on earth.
Yeah, sure.
Everything is fantastic in my life.
Street cred on it. Yeah, I know.
Matrix attack. Yeah, of course.
Matrix.
But I'm a James Bond. James Bond has enemies. You don't get to the highest echelons without attracting some enemies. I wouldn't be genuine if I didn't have enemies. Which means I wouldn't be respected. I'm happy for all of it. Jail, Matrix attacks, everything. But I just look around me at all these
Matrix.
other men. They have no savagery about them. There's no conqueror spirit. Nothing. Genghis Khan had the whole world and still wanted more. As did the Romans, as did the British.
I mean, Andrew, what do you want? You want everybody to just hand their teenage daughter over to you so you can put them on webcam? What have you conquered, Andrew? What have you done? The real world and the war room's been removed off Google and Apple for being a Ponzi scheme directed at kids. You've made your millions off the backs of teenage confused girls. Who have you conquered? You fought in an organization that's not Pride. That's not UFC, the lowest organization. If you're a conqueror, wouldn't you have been Conor McGregor? Floyd Mayweather? You've conquered nothing but other than being a con man.
Like the days of old, nothing was enough. The world was not enough. All of it. Everything. That's how I function. I see people like, oh yeah, you know, I've got a BMW. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody cares. I could buy 100 new cars today, and I still would be like, nah, not enough. Should have bought 101.
There he goes, exaggerating his net worth. He claims he pays himself $500,000 every morning. But when Tate took all his assets, they only took $11 million in a bunch of cars. So is it, you know, when he claims that he's worth, you know, $850 million and he's a billionaire, he's lying. Look at the numbers in Tate. They took $11 million. Or even less, it was even less than that cash-wise, and a bunch of cars. It's nothing but a con job.
You can be very happy and also extremely discontent. I know my life is perfect objectively. I'm realistic to know that I've got one of the best experiences on the planet. I understand that. But I'm also waking up every day on fire to get more, which is how I got here in the first place.
Oh, yeah.
Lacking motivation is just lacking the basic masculine essence for conquest. Which means you were born to be conquered. Because you're either conquering or you're conquered. There's no in-betweens in this reality. You're either going to end up a peon in someone else's empire or you're going to forge your own. Or you can unite with a band of brothers and be a knight or a nobleman within a brother.
Here we go, it's coming. Just join the war room of the real world.
Like Tristan, he'll say, oh, Andrew's the top G, fine. But I am the number 2 in command of a huge, vastly wealthy empire. I just don't understand. And I'm saying this randomly as I'm driving. I just look into the cars of people around me and they're just so cucked. I don't understand how they're living these existences. And even worse, if you're that cucked, if you're that happy with the baseline medium, if you're that happy with the norm, you can't compete against the outliers. Outliers are always going to wake up and say, I'd rather lose everything than not have everything. I can't live this mediocre existence. I'd rather lose everything I have in pursuit. Get rich or die trying. How can you outcompete that man? His mind is there. He's ready for all eventualities, for exceptionalism, an exceptional reality. If you ever find yourself struggling with motivation, you need to understand that you're broken as a man. Men don't struggle with motivation. That's one thing men don't struggle with. Because a man is never happy. He's never content. is constantly looking to conquer and take over and get more and more and more. And if you wake up and go, I struggle to go get more, I don't feel like getting more, I just want to keep this little bit I have, this insignificant, unimportant, pathetic shadow of a life, then you're broken. Your masculinity is genuinely broken.
You're wasting time. You have 19-year-olds making millions.
I knew it was coming.
Traditional education is too slow. You need to take life seriously now.
Right now, I'm currently 2K to 2.5 to 3K a week. I mean, I'm only 19 years
Join
old.
the real world and he'll fix it
This is how
all.
much I'm making. Like, I don't really need to go to college. They saw the paycheck and whatever he's doing is working.
I'm 13 years old. I've made approximately $10,000.
New lectures daily on the new cutting-edge technologies and business practices, all on a world-class custom application. The Real World is the most up-to-date financial, educational platform on
knew this
Earth,
was
and you
coming.
get to choose your weapon: artificial intelligence, copywriting, e-commerce, client acquisition, and more, with unrivaled student success.
20 to 22,000 a month.
£500 a week to build an in 60 days a 60 grand revenue business.
You can learn from literal millionaires how they make money and they teach you how to do it.
$4,000 in 4 days. Unbelievable.
Gotta have a female on there. Gotta make it look like he's not trafficking.
Like 160K revenue now, 6 months later.
By the time you're done with it, you could be on the ocean selling fish water.
We are the only platform teaching people where the future is going. We are the only place up to date. The Real World will show you the future of business. We will teach you how money is made today. We will teach you subjects and business models not taught anywhere else.
I'm waiting for you here in the room.
Sure you are. Okay, Neo. So, I'll leave it like this. You guys like to give me a hard time. Go to Jordan Welch. Jordan Welch did videos on this saying it's a scam and what actually happens. CoffeeZilla did it too. Both guys have well over millions of subscribers. So, I know Andrew likes to act like he's Morpheus from the Matrix and all this other nonsense. It's one big scam. He has conquered absolutely nothing. He has scammed his way into success. And all of his short-lived success is about to be a nightmare pretty soon because he is headed to prison for a 10 to 20-year bid. And to get on this video and say his life is just perfect right now, facing human trafficking and rape allegations, just shows you how delusional Andrew Tate actually is.